It is time to talk about the weirdness that is over the marketing department at the streaming service, now known as HBO Max, and formerly known as Max, but also formerly known as HBO Max. It's just wild because I saw a graphic the other day between like from when it first came out to where it's at now. Not only the name change, but they've rebranded colors, they've
Yeah,
rebranded fonts like
yeah.
5 or 6 times in this past like what 6 or 7 years. I just think that's absolutely crazy. I'm confused on why they keep changing this. I think what you're thinking with the Discovery stuff not doing as well on the streaming, so they went back to HBO because that's the brand that everybody
That's the
knows.
brand.
I
Yeah.
think that is probably accurate, but it's like again going back to the town, like they had a marketing guy on there from Warner Brothers Discovery who was overseeing like the streaming and the name switch and stuff, and he was kind of hush hush about like him thinking it was a bad decision or a good decision. I'm like, because it sounds like nobody really knows what they're
No,
doing
that's what
over
I was
there.
gonna say.
Like,
I heard some stories and read some articles too, much that matches what you heard on the podcast. That I think they don't really. They're just trying shit. They're just sticking it
yeah,
to the wall. So when somebody asks them why you did it, they don't really have an answer. But you're right with the branding because you remember when it first came out, it was purple and white, and the
yes,
HBO was the standard HBO logo that had always been since HBO
yeah,
launched. And then it went away to just a very simplistic HBO without the little circle logo inside of it and everything. And then it was just Max. And then it was black and white. And then it was like, what? It just, it when you're trying, and it's odd because they just recently announced, that they now are profitable and that they had a decent bump in the amount of subscribers. But when you're trying to maintain that, consistently rebranding it and trying to define what it is going to backfire. You're going to lose those new subscribers if they don't know what the fuck you are. Like, so yeah, I just, this is bewildering to me. But back in my day before streamers existed and it was all still cable, if you wanted to watch a Warner Brothers movie, you went to HBO. It was on HBO. And so that's why I always thought HBO Max, because that's where we're going to find Warner Brothers movies and Warner Brothers content. So I never understood the move away from that and the change of the name. It just didn't make sense to me. And so while this move doesn't make sense to me back, it kind of does make sense to me because it should have never been changed in the first place. Like,
completely agree. And you were talking about the profitability and the amount of subscribers. Well, I mean, it grew to about, I mean, $3 billion in just 2 years profitability with about 22 million subscribers over this past year,
right.
and with a clear path to over 150 plus by the end of 2026. That's what they're trying to predict. And I mean, David Zaslav, of course, president and CEO of Warner Brothers Discovery, came out and said the powerful growth we have seen in our global streaming service is built around the quality of our programming. Today, we are bringing back HBO, the brand that represents the highest quality in media, to further accelerate that growth in the years to come. Like,
Translation, we fucked up with the Discovery shit.
yeah. And like technically right now it is still Max. Like they're
Yeah.
technically not rebranding until the end of the summer. But still, like it's HBO Max. Like it's so funny because I have a Roku remote and not on this one, but it was an old one and it
Same.
still said HBO Max.
Same.
And
It's
I was
like,
like, okay, now it's just Max. But hey, now it's back in the
that's right.
date.
What's
Like
old is new again. Like, yeah, it's like,
it's so funny,
it
man.
is. It's just insane, right?